Hi, welcome. Yeah. So, happy day, happy evening, wherever you are in the world. Night or day, up or down, left or right, in or out, pink or green, all the above. All the above. All the colors, all the ways, all the lands. So, I just, we're at this powerful precipice, as always, as every moment offers, and every moment is an opportunity to grow and evolve and change and learn and discover. It's an adventure, this thing called life, that we call life, right? So it is an adventure, and when we see it that way, when we're hurting, when we're scared, when we're separate from our hearts and ourselves, it's harder to sometimes see it as an adventure, to have that broader perspective. And I just wanted to send a quick message about tonight, the coming days, about now, about all that is happening, this beautiful awakening and all these challenges, which on so many levels and survival, emotionally, financially, physically, health, and ultimately always coming back to the most foundational thing is basically our relationship with ourselves through our belief systems. So our world is dictated by what's inside of us, by what we believe, by what we believe is true, and who we believe we are and what we are. So all of this, it is the crux. It teeters primarily and only and ultimately on who we see ourselves to be. Are we just, clawing our way through this earth experience as a human being, separate from everything, or are we connected to everything? And are we, this mysterious, beyond words spirit embodied in a human body, adventuring in form, in existence, in time and space, and with all the challenges that come with that come through because of duality, because of substance, because of form, because of matter. So, depending on the lens through which we see, then how do we see ourselves? And then how do we see all existence? Our neighbor, our friend. Hi, welcome. Each other. How do we see one another? How do we see ourselves? How do we go about solving the riddle of the Sphinx? The riddle of the day, the riddle of the night, the riddle of tomorrow, the riddle of yesterday, the riddle of now. So we are in quite a riddle, depending on what you're aware of. It's so nice to have you. Oh my goodness. So nice to be had, as I like to say. Depending on what lens through which you're seeing everything that's going on now, I just basically, in a plain sense, want to say that whatever happens in the next few days, weeks, months, it's really, all of this is a game for some people. It's like a cat and mouse game. And all of humanity are the mice, and they think that they're the cat. The people the puppeteers that own everything. They think they own everything. And they're tracking everything that we're doing and feeling through our cell phones and in so many ways. And they're taking the pulse and the temperature of how everyone is reacting to everything. And, firstly, it's their entertainment. And secondly, it's their plot to subdue everyone and have their way with people, which that's just not going to happen. It can't happen. Although they've done it for millennia, and they've done it with many people, and there are many people too that they did not subdue. And so there are many videos. I have many posts on my thing that will go into further. I'm not going to go into all the details about all of that, which I certainly can, but I won't here. But you can go to my posts on both Sarah West and Sarah West Love. They have different things on there. I've got both live streaming right now. And go look at my videos, especially things of other people's that I've shared, and then click on their profile that's in the comment section beneath the posts that I've shared, the videos and the memes and such, and where they come from, to learn more. And hey, welcome. Nice to see you. So so this is really just an invitation to really a reconnection with ourself and our center. Yes, how cool. And reconnecting with our own hearts, our souls, our spirits, because we're going to need it more than ever for what's coming down the pike. Oh, the hearts. Oh, that's so nice. Oh, yes. Oh, welcome. Oh, how fun. New York City. Oh, yeah, it's the filter. It's not me. It's a great filter, but thanks. I like this filter. But yeah, I don't know what you all are feeling, and thanks for the hearts. Hearts back to you, man. That's what we have to do. And this is really what I wanted to talk about too, is what I just love how much I've grown. I just want to cry. I just love how the challenges in life teach me to just continually humbles me. I'm humbled by being humbled, and I'm humbled by being open to learning. I mean, we have to be open to learning in the first place. And that is the weirdest thing what my hair is doing on my neck. So in this coming time, the puppeteers want to use this division and these seeming differences that people have as a way to incite WAR. And we just don't want to engage in that. We want to really connect with our joy and our love and our light and our purpose. Yes. But it is in no way denying anything, that wants to come up, things that get triggered. This is a walk to maturity. So how to be in our hearts, and also, somebody triggers something, somebody says something, we don't like it, we don't agree with it, fear arises, right? Right. Well, interestingly enough, I don't know, are you open for my perspective? Or, it's a heavy topic. When you listen to BIDEN, he's being told what to say. And again, I'm not coming from partisanship, sides thing. I'm so side free, girl. I respect, actually, I know this is hard to hear for people that are on the left or on the right if you say anything supportive of the other side, but BIDN is talking about locking down the whole country and then basically taking away everybody's civil liberties. I mean, he said that I wish I could repeat it word for word so that I'm not, he said that in the debates over and over again, that he's going to force, even though it's not a law, to make people be VAX'd and wear MASKs. But there's a lot going on here. And if you're on the left, you're not going to know what that is. And I in no way am disrespecting the broad intentions that, the Republic of a Democracy is supposed to have, freedom of liberties, freedom of religion, freedom of loving who you want to love. These things are foundational, and so really it's all those good things. But unfortunately, it's been co-opted by and if you're watching television, you're literally, all of those clips are fueling your perception on any side, and you're not, you got to turn it off to get in touch with the truth, your instincts, and slow down and get your feet on the earth and your hands in the dirt and on trees and plants, and to unravel from this very, very, very clever brainwashing. And it's been going on for thousands of years, and certainly very intensely since there has been television and news and newspapers. So yes, tired of children cages. Yes, but those cages started in Obama years. So you're not getting the full story. And what I'm imploring, keep an open mind. And it's not about me being right. You have to find out for yourself that all sides are owned in politics, are owned by the puppeteers. I'm just going to call them that. And so when you realize that, then this is about taking responsibility, each of us, and stop putting all of our hope, like deity, this one God thing, this religion of one God is all. That's what this one political savior issue. This is a problem. There is no one political savior. We have to step into the ring of life, each of us. And, if you're a parent, you're letting your children go to school with a mask and a little computer tablet where they don't even interact with a teacher, and the teacher doesn't grade papers anymore. Oh my God, I just found that out. I'm just like, this whole thing was instituted by GATES years and years ago. That's where that school system came from. One party is in the court trying to end healthcare for millions. Yeah, it's not as simple as that. It's not ending healthcare. It's just ending the tyranny. See, it's spun a certain way, and I totally get you. First of all, that healthcare system is never going to help me because I don't believe in it. It's an evil, evil, evil system, except for there are a few good people in there. But that system murders naturopaths on the daily. There's hundreds of naturopaths that have been murdered over the last 100 years. There's 1,000. They put William Reich in jail and he died. I mean, there are things that you don't know about, you're getting fed a certain information, but this whole medical industry has been co-opted and created. They killed 8 million witches a few hundred years ago. For 200 years, the Catholic and Protestant Church and these elite controllers, these puppeteers, they have been, and they knew all the wisdom of the herbs and the plant medicine, and they said no to rape, and they outed rapists, and they, and men too, so, I mean, and then a long time before that, anybody who knew and had knowledge, they'd steal the knowledge and they get rid of the person. So you don't understand that the medical industry that you know is less than 100 years old. It's less than 100 years old. And VAXs were actually, that knowledge was brought by a black slave from Africa. I don't know what country. I don't recall what country it was. And he showed a physician, it's in the history books, how they have for hundreds of years, if not longer, and he showed them how they vaccinate people wherever. There's so much to cover, but I'm glad you're listening. And gosh, I wish there were some books off the get-go. Watch the film Vaxxed, VAXX. You can get it on iTunes for like $3.99, $4.99, something like that. Watch that. It's not on Amazon. You can't get it. Also, 1986, kind of like the book, 1984, George Orwell. 1986, The Act. You go 1986theact.com, I believe, THEACT. Go watch that as well as go to freedomplatform.tv /pandemic. Go watch the Pandemic movie docu-series. They were paid for, produced by Robert F. Kennedy Jr. So, right. Is it okay for Trump to have sex with a porn star while his wife and child was at home? Okay, first of all, I totally get it, and I know exactly what you're talking about. And I was one of those people who was really angry about that. And I just have to say, first of all, he's probably, I just wrote this in a newsletter today, he's probably the first president ever in his entire term that didn't have an affair, as far as we know, with somebody while he's in office. Ever. So JFK, he had affairs all the time, including with Marilyn Monroe, and she was, we're not going to go there. Anyway, and he raped a young intern who was under 17, and she's written a memoir about it. You can read it. I don't remember her name. And then went on to have an affair with her for several years. And, she was very young and very impressionable and didn't stand up for herself, and then acquiesced and kind of, enjoyed it, as many women who are raped, especially at a young age, and then they stay with it. Why, when a parent rapes a child, incest, does the child, it's confusing. It's confusing too. It's been 4 years now. He still hasn't shown his taxes. I know these are talking points. Okay, I'll tell you one thing, and this is the one thing. And also, I don't know, did you watch the debates? Did you hear him say we have to open up the country because people are dying? People are committing suicide. People are starving. People lost their homes, lost their jobs. You have to watch those movies that I just mentioned, pandemic. Series.com. You can watch them and download them for free. Or what is the one? freedomplatform.tv/pandemic is the film. You can watch it for free on that one, but you have to just enter your email. The other one you don't have to, but it's a very good page. freedomplatform.tv is a phenomenal website to get all kinds of phenomenal interviews of just leading edge people, and they're not giving your email is just, you can unsubscribe anytime. So this isn't about any of those things you're mentioning. I understand. Yeah, a nude model become first lady. I don't care. That is not, like I said, every single, who was it? There was a cross-dresser, one of the presidents in the 60s. He dressed up as women. Everybody knew. I get it, but she did that when she was young, and it's not my business. It really isn't my business. And I used to be you. And I projected all of my the frustration and hurt that I felt toward other things and the injustices that I felt in the world onto him and her, and I don't feel that way anymore. And I have things I could explain. Okay, so what I'm talking about, yes, you didn't hear what I just said. You see, you're not listening. So what I said was, and maybe you did, but you didn't respond to it, is my point, is that he said to open up the country because people are committing suicide. The toll of this is insane what's happening. And when you realize what's really going on, you'll understand where I'm coming from. And he said, although he's said different things, but this whole VAX issue and freedom, that's what this is about. They took Vanessa Williams' Miss America crown for her nude photos. Yeah. I understand what you're saying. And that was 20 years ago that they took her crown. See, all these things are, 20 years ago, and not that it doesn't matter, but people aren't ashamed of nude pictures like they were. You have to understand, all of this is brainwashing. All of this is about conditioning people to be obedient. Like, let's shame people for their sexuality. Now they can't shame people for their sexuality. It doesn't work anymore. They can't use religion to control people anymore. So they want to give you a universal basic income, sign all your rights away, and if you don't do as you're told, then you got nothing. Do you understand? You're signing your rights away. Only 300,000 people have died. They haven't. That's not true. You're making up you're fabricating numbers that aren't true. And you're repeating things that aren't true. First of all, the PCR test, I have a video on my page by the person who made the test. And he says that test was never designed to do what it's being used for. Viruses are exomes. They're not alive. They can't be tested in the way. There are videos of the president of Tanzania, I believe it was. Is that which country it was? He tested a papaya and a goat and several people numerous times. The papaya ended up positive, and so did the goat. And then the people were negative and positive with each test that they gave. The same person. It's not what you think it is. And, I am not here to argue with you because I am not the one that can spit out all of this information that will help you. I really suggest going to my pages and just scrolling through and listening to the videos, reading and swiping through. Even if it offends you, just bear with it. This is about maturing and growing. And it's not about, this is not about sides. Again, this isn't about left or right or one politician over another. That's not where I'm standing from. It's an invitation to open your perspective. Yes, I understand that, but that's not happening by the president. It's actually being fed by much higher ups. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. This is why I'm here today. All of this rage at injustice, which is so right. It's right to be enraged about the injustice of all these things. Children in cages, blacks being murdered by police, gay rights, all of these things. There's, all of humanity's light. But so what we all need to come together, the left and the right, the pink and the green, the up and the down, all the colors, all the religions, and stand together for our own freedoms together and against the tyranny of where it's really happening. All these politicians are puppets. They can only do so much. You think that person who's sitting in the White House, they didn't write that entire bill and thing. It's being shoved in their faces and they're signing it. Don't you understand? You don't see that BIDN he's completely brainwashed. He doesn't even think for himself. I feel sorry for him. And I'm not, I'm not saying this as a left or right person. I'm not. I'm saying it. His soul is a beautiful soul, but he's been co-opted by puppets. That's the word I'm going to use. I'm not actually opposing. I'm trying to show you what's beneath the sides. That's actually the root, the trunk that has no sides. There's just layers of what's really going on. And they want people to be angry at each other. They want people to, both sides are controlled and bought, my friend. They can only do so much. I mean, do you ever notice that every politician speaks in code? They can't speak out directly, except for Ocasio-Cortez. She speaks directly, but she's new. She doesn't maybe know how corrupt it is. I don't know. I don't know her. I never met her, but I do love her strength and other people's. But personally, and then people on the right would be so angry at me for saying that. I don't have all the answers. I just know what my instinct tells me. I know what my gut tells me, my heart. And in the end, we are all in control of our own lives. Yes, but we've given up control, and that's why I'm speaking. This is about taking responsibility and stop deifying some political leader that they're going to solve our problems. That's what everybody did with Obama. We had all these connections. All these people came together. It was so passionate. It was extraordinary. I never bought into the hype that person was going to solve anything. But I did resonate with the movement. I resonated with the people and the logo and the graphics and the design and the vibe. I mean, I went to hear him speak in Albuquerque. It was very cool. What was cool were the people and the movement, not the person, because a politician is a puppet. And he has a smooth voice, but he's even admitted, I've watched an amazing video where he actually said that he was completely controlled. It's an interview with Jimmy, which the one on the middle, ABC, I think. Jimmy, what's his name? You know, he had a new little baby a few years ago that almost didn't make it. And he said, did you, as soon as you got into the White House, he was so funny, did you look into the alien stuff? I want to know. And, tell me, who is it? Jimmy Kimmel. So cute. And all these shows, by the way, are completely co-opted. Who owns the television? Who owns the news? Who owns it all, my friends? You're not being told any truths. You're only being shown what they want you to see. And they're manipulating your beliefs, and they're manipulating the war in your head. You can't get any, and they're editing. I've been in the editing room of a news station. I know how it works. I've watched how they edit pieces together and clips to get you to feel a certain way. And they don't put anything else, and they repeat. It's not what you think. And the people are not who you think they are. Unless you really step back and stay in contact with your gut and don't buy into it. But that's very challenging because you've been fed this for decades and since you were a child. And it's really a con job what's going on. And you should be mad at them. I mean, politics has never been for the people. Ever. Few good things, have been put in place over the years, but I'm not sure a whole lot lately. I don't know enough. I'm not up here standing like I know, like all about history and politics. I know some things, and I know some things that a lot of people don't know about. but there's just vast amounts that I don't know about. But I have something to offer, and I don't mind being wrong. Like, tell me, share. It's about sharing. And again, go listen to those on my page, and then follow the links from the people. Just be open, especially the videos, in the last 10 posts or so, 12, 15, 20, just because videos are just so impactful. The interviews, even Del Bigtree, who did the movie VAXXED, that's available on iTunes, that I said, Vax, VAXXED. So this is simply an invitation to notice that rage, that anger, the frustration, and where you want to project it, and the dialogue in your head that triggers it and gets it going. Try to excavate, see if you can excavate what's beneath that, like personally. Like, what does that make you, and then what are you doing? This is all about accountability and responsibility of ourselves. Okay, this was my final point that I really want to make, that people are deifying these political leaders as if they're saviors and going to save all, do all, when there's all these constraints. They are literally like a horse that's being tied at every arm, at every appendage. They can't move. They can't move because of the left. They can't move to the right. They're just there as like a little temporary figurehead dog pony show to laugh at or love, to deify or to demonize. You pick. So that's interesting that did you disconnect when I mentioned responsibility? So yeah, community we build. Okay? We build community. We do. And that's really the point I want to make. All right. So, yeah. So I've got 2 videos going here. That's why I look different angles. Ooh! Too funny. So, just trying to get it a little lower so it's the same eye level. But anyway, so there you have it. That's what I wanted to say. Community is built by individuals, by us. And we can only do that by taking responsibility and loving who we are and sharing our love and our integrity and our wisdom. And that's the only way we're going to change the world, is community. Leadership through self. And then we have to face things. We can't just be sitting on our couches, beaching, cursing, or going out and doing worse things. We actually have to, violence is chicken shit. Violence is for cowards. Mothers raise the babies. Mothers nurse and feed. That's what mothers do. And good fathers are doing what they do to raise the families and love the mother, and mother's loving the father, or whoever your spouse is, another woman, another man, whatever. I am not. Yeah, it's whatever your family unit is. It's to create a family is about love and responsibility and protecting that love, and then you build community from that place and from your place of yourself, not from a family. You don't have to have a family to build community. You're not a child, so you just connect with yourself. So that's what I want to say, that all the rage is homework. It's homework to heal whatever's arising in you. The frustration is totally understandable. There's a lot, ever since I was a child, I was just horrified at the violence and the murder and the death. And I had memories of that going on since thousands of years ago. I had visions of battles and horrible things. And also I witnessed rape myself as a child, and of other things like this. And so, what do we do as individuals? It's our role. You know, this technology, all this stuff, we're just completely distracted. A sense of like belonging by having a thing, a phone, you know, the newest phone, the newest clothes, the newest car, whatever someone's addiction is. Maybe they don't have cash and can't afford that. Maybe they're so strapped that they're literally just surviving. I mean, when was the last time you made food for somebody? When was the last time? Oh, Melinda! Oh my goodness! Hi, beautiful. How fun. Oh, you hold a specialist place in my heart. That's right. In the end, we're in control. I've got 2 videos going on both my pages, my Sarah and Sarah Love. Oh, it's so nice to see you. How are you? Oh, what a beautiful miracle. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say it's about building community. And it's about, we can only do that by taking responsibility for ourselves. And of course, we have to be well enough to do that. I mean, if we're struggling, can't even feed ourselves, how are we going to contribute to anybody? It's virtually impossible. And that's what the puppeteers have done. They've just stripped people of so much, people struggling, suffering, people not being able to feed themselves, people losing their homes. This is diabolical. And, and the BIDN wants to continue that is just pure evil. He's being told to say that. It's not coming from his own head, his own thoughts. Nothing most politicians say comes from their own head and hearts. It's a line that they're told to tell. And so whatever side you're on, just remember there are no sides. There's love and community and life. Life doesn't have a side. And it's wisdom and maturity. It takes maturity. You know, we have all these ways to stay alive. We have comfort, but we haven't been, a lot of times people haven't been challenged by what would challenge the human species for tens of thousands of years. Any animal and us are challenged in order to survive. The mature survive. Intelligent, the loving, everybody has a gift, whatever your gift is. But we have to grow. And we're coddled in this comfort and this, everything that we have. We have it because of the backs of somebody else who has nothing. Slave children make all of our products and mine the minerals that make our cell phones. So every time you buy a new cell phone, you're buying, you're perpetuating slave labor. So look at that, people that are angry about politics right now. I say this all the time. Where do you get the things that you buy? If you care so much about people's well-being, why don't you care about the slave children who are making all of your products and the plastic that you throw away that suffocates the animals in the ocean and the birds and the masks that have strings that get tied up in animals' feet and necks and they die? So what is this? You're programmed to care from the television. But do you? Or you only care what you're told to care? And I say that with all my heart. This fight is not about left and right. This fight is against our own apathy and our own apathy. And whether we're going to stand up for love and unity, to unify. I cry, unify. All right, my friends, Love you. Take good care. Bye. Just stay connected to your hearts, and just stuff comes up, just feel it. Just discover, learn how to heal your frustration rather than just spew out on other people. And sometimes you have to spew out. It's a process, you know. If you have someone that's safe to express that with, you know, if you make an agreement, hey, let's get it out, you know, let's be kind, but also, I mean, sometimes you need to use your voice, but try not to tear each other down, because ultimately it's not about other people. It will seem like it. It will, I know. I've been there. I do that. But I know better. And I know when I do the work inside, what happens. You know? Okay. My love to you and my love to you. Take good care. Hugs. Kisses. Please like and subscribe. This will be on YouTube. My YouTube channel is Sarah West Love. YouTube.com/Sarah West Love. So head over there. I'm trying to get more than 1,000 subscribers so that I can do a live streaming. So love your support. And also you can PayPal me. It's paypal.com/Sarah West Love or paypal.me/Sarah West Love. I think either one will get you there. So thanks for all your DMs and your donations and your letters. I love them. And I do offer coaching sessions. Yeah. To help unravel some of these pieces. And I also work with writers too, to help use journaling and writing to excavate, create. Love you. Bye.